Hey guys, it's Katy, and today I'm going to be answering some questions, honestly, about, well, asking the alters, basically. Don't really know how to explain this. If you could give one piece of advice to someone just realizing they have DID, what would it be? Don't worry, you're not being possessed. I can tell you that right now. When I first discovered my persecutor, Katrina, I thought that I was being possessed and there was like a demon inside me, and that's actually how she became a persecutor. 2. How old were you when you first realized that the way you perceive reality was different from others? 12, honestly. Did you have alters who kept other alters from that knowledge? Yes, Katana. Are you always aware when you're switching, or do you sometimes realize after the fact? Well, okay, if it's Jane or Katana, I am aware of it, but if it's like Katrina, yeah, no. I'm not aware until after the fact. Many people with DID are misdiagnosed for years prior to receiving a diagnosis of DID. Has this happened to you? No, but I am currently working on getting a diagnosis. If you're not diagnosed, do you intend to pursue diagnosis? Yes. Are you open with others about the kind of trauma you endured? Yes, I am. Because if you lie, you're an idiot. About how many alters are you currently aware of? 36. Honestly. Do you feel that therapy is helpful for your system? Yes, I do. Mostly because it helps us understand us a little bit more. And it also helps with understanding kind of like what's going on, and kind of like I said before, understanding sort of like, I don't really know, really. I'm trying my best to explain it, but it's hard. What are your thoughts on integration? Do you consider that an option or an abuse? Honestly, I'm a little uneasy on integration because I know that alters don't actually die when you integrate, because that's a misconception. But I do have a lot of unease when it comes to that. And I'm not really sure really where that comes from. What do you do to make fronting more comfortable for you and other alters? Well, honestly, it's not that difficult or hard for us to front, really. But there's really nothing we do that makes it more comfortable. Really, we just let it happen. Do you experience dysphoria? Oh, hell yes. What kinds? Oh boy. Oh, does not knowing who I am on a daily basis count? Do any other systems alters identify as trans? Not that I'm aware of. Is your system home to any littles? Yes. A lot. Young people can be very wise sometimes, but aren't always asked for their opinions. What advice do your little/younger alters have for systems/people in general? Honestly, I should make that into a video. Honestly, so I can't really answer that question. I'll tell you what, I'll have them answer it in another video. How's that sound? 12. Have you told your friends or family about your DID? Yes, I have. How do they react? Honestly, pretty well, except for my mother, who completely thought that I was delusional and demental and everything like that. So, does your system have a code of conduct, or does it more govern itself? It more governs itself, really. We do have rules, but they're not like big rules. Like, you don't necessarily have to follow them, but you can if you want to. If you do have a code of conduct, was the whole system involved in making it, or do you have designated system leaders? Well, I do have to have a designated system leader, who is me, basically, because I'm the host. How do you perceive other alters? Oh boy. You see them outside of your body? No, because that would be requiring me to hallucinate. You hear their voices? Yes. Or do you communicate primarily through system binder? No. What methods of communication are your favorites? Honestly, being co-conscious, because for us, it's like, to an outsider, we're talking to ourselves, but to us, we're talking to each other. So it's like, it's weird. I recently did a video on YouTube that me and Jane did, that we were co-conscious, and it was a mess. But yeah. Do any of the alters have special talents that the rest of the system doesn't? Well, not that I'm really aware of. Really? All the alters special talents. I think so, yeah. How do you use your differences to benefit the whole system? Well, I'm not really sure, actually. Never really thought about that. Are any of the alters the keeper of specific emotions? I think that would have to be Katana, because she's primarily in charge of, like, memory keeping, so it's like, I guess she's also in charge of the emotions. Do you feel this is useful? Why or why not? Let's see. Yeah, I think it helps to keep things in order, really. How do you channel your feelings as a system? Oh boy. We don't, actually. We just sort of let them slide. What has been the most useful coping mechanism for your system as a whole in dealing with social pressure to confirm? Honestly, I think social media is a big part, and journaling. Have you ever felt pressured to pass as neurotypical? No. How comfortable is your system with people taking pictures of you? Honestly, pretty comfortable. Not many of us are camera shy, as far as I'm aware. Do the alters feel differently about others taking pictures of you than they do selfies? Yeah, because we kind of pride ourselves on perfection a little bit, so we want to make sure that we look good in photos. Does time loss affect your everyday life, or does it happen more rarely? It does, especially when we front. Like, for example, if I switched out with Jane or Katana, I wouldn't remember much about, like, what they did, said, etc. when they were fronting, but the weird thing is with Katrina, I know it all, and that's the weird thing because it's like switched, so it's weird. It's really weird. With some alters, I don't know. How do you feel about clocks? You really have to ask that? Are some alters better with the management than others? Jane, 100%. Do you have any specific phobias that make daily life more difficult? No, not really. How does your system deal with unexpected triggers? Mostly just switch. What else? I'm actually not really sure, really, because I'm not really in tune to, like, what happens, other than the fact that Jane fronts most often. So, I don't really know. I guess I'll have to think about that more in the future. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. Bye!